And I'm doing it for my daughter.
That's sexy. Well, you know what Napoleon wrote to his woman?
Don't wash.
Don't wash.
Sorry to
Yeah,
say-
yeah.
I
No,
saw
no,
that
no.
this morning.
You had to.
You know what's
It's
weird?
on my mind all the time.
Was it Napoleon or was it Teddy Roosevelt? Not was it
Teddy Roosevelt said don't wash as well.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Was it Ben? I thought it was Ben Franklin.
I hope he did. Of course, Ben Franklin was up to no good. Of course, he's telling him.
He's got a car battery attached to it.
Ben Franklin's always telling us girls not to wash.
He's got an AC Delco battery with a sticker.
Come check
on
out the basement.
Yeah.
I got bodies buried in the basement. Come check it out. Hellfire Club. Hellfire Club.
Who, Ben Franklin?
Yeah, Ben Franklin's famous for the Hellfire
Oh,
Club
really?
and for having lots of bodies in his basement.
Was he a bad guy?
Well, I mean, I'm not even sure he even existed, so it's hard to answer that.
Jeez.
His body looked kind of fine, though.
Don't wash for 3 days to spice up our reunion.
Spice up our sex.
Is
when
this
we get back.
apocryphal? Is this not true? According to skeptics.com. Oh, I believe Skeptics. Any website that's called Skeptics, you can
Brazilian.
off. Edited by Laurel and Epic Broccoli. Go for
Brazilian.
yourself.
Edited by Laurel and Hardy.
Can you imagine? First of all, I understand that nothing. Can you go back to that, Chris, please, so we can look at it? I understand that nothing in history is real.
Yeah.
However, if you look down here, Charles, this is skeptics.stackexchange.com, which you can imagine the attitude of these people right off the bat, just reimagining, I don't think that actually happened, that type of attitude, which I hate even more than the fake history that we do get, right?
Yeah.
And this is asked by Epic Broccoli, and he's got 844 whatever on his account. You can imagine the type of thing that runs through this guy's mind.
Is he related to the Broccoli guy that wrote all that produced the James Bond movies back in the day?
I doubt
I
it.
always remember seeing Broccoli. I was like,
Who's that?
Who's this?
Edward?
Silly Billy.
Isn't that Edward or Frederick Broccoli? Can you type in Broccoli James Bond movies?
I think Epic
remember
might be
Broccoli.
his grandson or something.
Albert R. Broccoli.
Al
Wow.
Brock.
Al Brock. Cubby, nicknamed Cubby. But just the
Kabibble.
people, the people who are like, you know, the Green brothers, Hank Green and whatever.
Yeah.
Could you go to YouTube and type in Green Brothers, the vlog brothers?
They might say Napoleon didn't exist, but when you tell them the Civil War never happened, they usually get kind of upset.
Yeah, that's the type of guy. These fucking
Silly Billy.
Are they married?
who thankfully one of them has now. Thank God,
Are they brothers?
they're brothers and they're
Sure.
marked for death.
Just like
But these are the types of guys who you can pause it. I'll put up
Far side the human.
Yeah, well, these are the types of guys who. Well, you don't know. You're not. Well, actually, in 1921, they said that he invented the light bulb, but he didn't. That type of shit. I'll take one in the chest for the right to preserve the right of every black person to say that Wakanda invented fucking computers before listening to these fucking
Silly Billy.
question one ask anything. I don't even care. Whatever they have to say. Well, actually, in 1703, they never painted that painting. Fucking yourselves.
Ugh. You tell them that there were no gay Romans and Greeks. See how they take that one. They weren't gay, you know that? That was made up. Actually, they weren't gay.
Well, I can think of one historical event that they would never question, but I would question every day. But I'm not going to talk about
I
it.
forget what you're talking about.
I think it's the Chicago World Fair.
In
right?
fact, I've never heard of it. Yeah, Chicago World's Fair is
the Chicago World Fair, where they had private jets. Alan Keller was flying a private jet and landing there.
Blimps that go across the world. It's like $4 to ride it. Yeah, there was made out of styrofoam, so we burned it all down. Oh, really?
God damn.
It lit itself on fire. That's how they found out what napalm was. It was styrofoam and gasoline.
The World's Fair stuff is really the crazy. Even Dresden back in the day, it's so shocking to see. But I guess they had it coming. The women and the children in Dresden, I think they had it coming.
I love I know the World's Fair stuff is
It's
always
incredible.
Yeah, it's like they sprayed it on the ground. Like they shot that out of a tank.
It's like big bouncy castles.
Yeah, like it's like limestone erections.
They had the huge crystal castle with like there's electric palace too. Like there are such crazy things that would make you sick seeing. Like a big not greenhouse, but where they used to like park the Zeppelins in, and that thing burned down. Or so. It's all just you understand.
Yeah,
This is just structures that were erected for these World's Fairs that defy. They're awe-inspiring structures, and they've sort of magically disappeared.
Yep.
Okay.
And you could argue. Well, I feel it's irrefutable, but they use the word "founded" when it comes to those big buildings. It means they found them. They were already there. They were already there. Like we're like completely conquered and occupied for hundreds of years. But I mean,
no, you know what they let live though? They let the row houses by the factory stay intact. Like let's destroy the Archangel Gabriel the building, But let's keep those fucking row houses where the fucking where the chain the scum man lived.
They never destroyed any of the sanitariums, the mental asylums that look like giant castles. They didn't destroy any of those because they kept everyone in there that remembered the people that built all the shit at the fairs. At least in my opinion. They stuffed them into the asylums. Can't you see that happening, though? If you deny certain things, they'll put you in an asylum. It's going to happen again.
That'd be cool.
Maybe.
It's like a Shadow of the Torturer thing with the... you remember what was the atrium? What did they call that place?
Atrium of Time?
With the drop ceilings. It was where the people that sought an audience with the autarch would go, and they'd be interned.
House Absolute.
Indefinitely.
Yeah. Like
but they'd be in there. They'd be eating. You remember they were eating coffee cakes,
sweet buns,
drinking coffee, and there were drop ceilings, and they were just kept in there indefinitely. And occasionally, members of the higher caste would come in to torture them with like toys, electric toys and such.
That shit was horrifying.
Yeah.
All like the seafarers or the Chinese seafarers from back in the day, they're all there.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that was a nightmare.
Good God.
Oh, that is such a nightmare. I got to do it again. I did Dying Earth again. It's just too fun.
Yeah.
It's too fun, but it's time to revisit some more Wolf.
Have you ever looked into earth.net?
No.
It's like an old school text repository communication hub for people who are trying to dig apart the Gene Wolfe's literature called Earth.net, and it's kind of there's some fascinating
I gotta check that
like
out.
fan theories and stuff on there. It's kind of like a subreddit, but it's not because it's people who are communicating via BBS or email, like old school methods.
Oh,
so it's like a higher IQ, higher average IQ.
The Industrial Revolution happened, and now your lifespan is down by 20 years. Oh, really? Can we switch it? It's illegal, actually, to switch it. Oh, yeah. Well, the worst thing that ever happened in this world is there's one event that happened.
The Chicago World's Fair.
The World's
Chicago
Fair.
World Series.
Dresden. I think Dresden is probably one of the worst things that ever happened. But I think people are gonna like hearing that.
That looks the upper city and lower city of Quebec. It has like maybe it's the walls of Jericho. If Jerusalem's in the United States.
Yep. I kind of have that feeling these days that all the biblical stuff happened in the North American and South American continent. I kind of feel that way because the Middle East is clearly cursed and uninhabitable. I don't believe anything went down in the Middle East. Try smoking on that one. I think it went down in North America.
Hell yeah.
In the Middle East, it's cursed. You go there, you feel it. You feel it.
Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it was going on where I was, but it was nonstop migraines for a year.
Oh, brother.
It was really fun.
Wow.
Is it not hardcore 5G towers?
Yeah, it's the most 5G over there. Everywhere, everywhere. And the dust and things. I'm probably allergic to. I have no idea.
It's probably just the damned
souls,
area.
the ghosts of the damned.
Yeah, like ley lines. You ever look into that shit?
Yeah, yep.
That's some scary shit.
What's
Star forts?
Ley lines are like witchcraft lines that span the globe, and
It's like energy conduits.
people draw maps that show that like school centered on ley lines and shit.
They all
like
happen
that.
on the 33rd parallel.
It's kind of spooky, actually.
Everything is on the 33rd parallel. Yeah, it's like they're like turning the computer against the people of this world.
Sounds right. That's logical.
It's logical. It's
Like-
irrefutable.
Yeah, like that sounds better than green beings coming.
Green beans coming.
Green, like aliens or something.
Oh,
People always like
beings.
talking about aliens being like bipedal and like walking. It just doesn't make sense.
No.
If you were like, if I was ever, I would be dust. I would be marijuana.
Yep.
It would be that's how I would take over.
My dad always said that. He's like, why would they look like us remotely if they're from a trillion light years away? Why?
Yeah, why that?
I'm just like you, but I got blue skin.
Can you type in
Fist fight you.
ley lines school?
Bones are hollow. You're gonna kill me if you push me. He's a cloud of marijuana. You're high. Star forts is the most crazy thing. By far. When I saw that, I went insane.
What's Star forts?
Nothing could prepare you for what these things look like. They're like castles built on ley lines, and they're like power generators or converter. I have no idea, but they're like symmetrical, sacred geometry all around the world, even in Rhode Island. Star forts, they just turn them into military bases that you can't go into. The star forts would make you sick when you see them. You'll see them.
Is there a way to search for it? Because
yeah.
we're going to get nowhere searching
Yeah.
for school and ley lines. I guarantee you that's not going to come up. I've seen credible fucking people do the maps with Columbine and shit, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be Googleable
It's like
here.
they feed their flying spaghetti storm god in the sky with murders on the ley lines. It's dark. It's witchcraft. But I mean, I guess that stuff's kind of really coming out now. It's not even, well, you'll see. Sick.
How do we find star forts? Is that something we can see?
Yeah, I would search star forts. Nothing can prepare you for this.
Oh yeah, that does look like a military base. The Pentagon's probably one.
Yeah, the Pentagon is certainly a Starfort computer.
Well, I think this gives you some type of tactical advantage, though.
Yeah, that
That's
too.
why it's done.
It could be that.
That shape.
Yeah. Oh, like right. Like just from a physical standpoint,
it makes it harder to try to lay siege to a structure like that because you go in that way and there's towers that get you the other way, something like that. Probably that's what I would imagine.
It's towers in the Great Wall of China. You ever notice when you look at the Great Wall, the defenses for shooting freaking projectiles are facing inside of China instead of outside. I couldn't really understand why that would be. But isn't that amazing?
Chris, you're gonna be busy today.
Amazing. The
Yeah.
Starfort's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
we have a 10-year-old girl telling us to build electric tanks.
Yep. Solar tanks.
So you're saying that it's facing this way?
Yeah, it's facing inside and not outside. So it was either there before or it was there to keep people in. Like, who knows? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could make something up and it would be closer to the truth than from history.
Why are you going to leave? You're having so much fun. Get back in there.
15-minute cities.
Shoot out of into here.
That's kind of strange how it's on the inside. I always thought, well, that's kind of strange.
We need GeoGuessr to tell us what the fuck we're looking at.
You can tell by the font in that one that's a smart one right there.
Mm-hmm.
How is the Great Wall of China defended? Wall. Block enemies where soldiers patrolled. Like, dude, you guys built it the other way. Rick's going to be pissed. Fuck it. We'll just shoot him out that way.
It's just like the Chili's in Lincoln.
This map stuff never really the fixation on map size, like that's a real 100 IQ take. It's like, oh, you don't know how the maps are. It's actually this big. It's not that like fucking
size of Greenland.
Yeah,
stuff.
Whatever. It's like if you have
the old maps are kind
it's just people who don't understand how map projection, like why it would be necessary to have like a strange interpretation.
Like scale?
Of, yeah. Just like, why would that be necessary? Like, obviously, if you put it on, you're trying to take something that's represented on a sphere and make it flat. It's not going to make sense. But people are like, oh, you never know how big it is because it's not that big, but actually it's so big.
The best are the emergency flights, the emergency flight paths that refute a sphere. Like what they could just go right here, but they go all the way around.
Yeah.
I can't explain it right though. Too stupid, but you know what I mean?
I know, yeah, I've seen those. Like instead of going like that, we're gonna go
bing,
all the way around.
Bing, bing, they go there.
They're flying through a portal. They're flying through
this one is pretty crazy.
It's scary.
The only way to settle this is to get full VR set up with Microsoft Flight Sim and do it for real.
We have to go. Just keep the camera looking down and
making
a new map.
That's the only way to get this fixed.
Can you fly over Antarctica in that game? Like, can you?
Hell no.
Why not? Not even in a video game.
I don't know, but I would imagine hell no. Why does it do that?
Yeah, so you're going from Dubai, and then it goes straight up towards like the North Pole.
Oh man, I love this stuff. This stuff makes me horny.
It's probably to avoid airspace and avoid weird.
Go around the fold of the flat Earth.
Yeah.
Could be military or like R&D happening in those airspace.
They driving by. It's like it's something real stupid. Like they're fucking a dog or something. Like you look down, you see like a bunch of white lab coat guys just doing like real like fucking
eating beaver just to get the vanilla flavor.
Like, oh shit, it's a plane! Like they all like scatter like kids at like cops at a house party.
Oh wow, that was crazy. That goes over the top there. Yeah, we need Flight Sim immediately. We need the full VR setup. We got to do it with the 3. Is there a plane that has more than 2 captains or more than 2 pilots?
Oh man, that's funny.
I think they all have 3.
We got to have a setup, like the 3 of us doing a fucking long ass flight.
A full like the freaking all the gear you can get for it.
We should spend $100,000 on gear, like the most legit flight sim setup with like the clicky shit everywhere, and then do long flights. Or not, but it would be so fucking funny, man.
It would be funny. And now we should sell flight tickets.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And like seats, they used to call it. It used to be an old Ponzi scheme. It's called seats on a plane, and they used to literally do that. That was an Italian mafia Ponzi scheme called seats on a plane. It was like a fake theoretic. It was nothing. You would buy like, I get you 5,000, I give you back 7,500. You bring in 2 people by the 10th. It's just like a big. It was just like classic pyramid scheme.
That's just what they called it.
But this could be like an in-flight entertainment thing where like we're like literally
Doing 14-hour flights nonstop.
Yeah, you're on a flight, you can't get off. You get off, you have to kill yourself somehow.
Damn.